Hello, everyone. My name is Anders Willberger, and I've been working at COSMO Consulting for almost 1.5 years now, focused on Business Central projects and helping customers to optimize their processes. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce Exsion, a tool that's simplifying data extractions and reporting for Business Central users. We have us today Thomas, that is the director at Exsion365. He will be sharing his thoughts about Exsion and development and capabilities. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, Thomas? And let's dive into Exsion, why it's a good reporting tool for Business Central.
Thank you, Anders. My name is Thomas Werkhoven. I'm CEO of Exsion365, and I've seen this tool now more than 10 years ago when I was an auditor at EY, and I saw this tool working at one of our clients, and this was the first client that was able to answer my detailed questions at the first time. And I found out that Exsion Reporting was the tool that helped them to create all kinds of specific reports based on the vision. When I moved to one of the biggest building companies in the Netherlands, I used to work with Exsion Reporting as a client, and I fell in love. Why? Because I like to work in Excel. I like to retrieve data directly into my Excel file without cutting and pasting. And what we see is that Exsion is now a proven solution for more than 20 years of experience. We have now 90,500 users and more than 1,200 clients. And if you look at all the reports are being refreshed at the fourth quarter, you can see of that 90,500 users on a daily working day, more than 10,000 people are pressing the refresh button in that software to retrieve that data directly from Business Central. And we are more than 20 years successful partnership with Microsoft. We are really thrilled of showing this specific tool to you. Anders, if you look at the growth of 42% in the past 7 years, how did you contribute to this specific growth?
My journey with Exsion began in 2014. Since then, I have helped numerous of Nordic customers create customized Excel reports to bring them to life. Before that, I spent several years working as a controller, so I truly understand how critical it is to have accurate figures and get informed decisions and meaningful analyses. Thomas, could you share why Exsion has become such a standard reporting tool for a specific customer?
Yes. What we see is that this growth has become of happy clients that told each other how the software is working. And one of our clients has migrated from on-prem to the cloud last year. And if you're looking to this company, they have a data warehouse available. They have Power BI available. They have more than 500 users in Exsion. And they still want to invest 69,000 euros a year for the cloud version. And they signed in November 2024. And this is because they want to steer on the project results. They want to analyze their project results on a daily basis. They want to analyze project results in one specific project in one specific entity, but also analyzing all different projects within an entity, but also they want to look at a consolidated report all over multi-environment and multi-environment and multiple databases. And what you can see is that the existing tools like the data warehouse and the Power BI solution they have already implemented could not deliver the same results based on flexibility and speed of analyzing their project results.
Thomas, why is Exsion such an attractive reporting tool in general for customers?
We are calling Exsion the friend of the controller. And why it is the friend of the controller? Because they can really easily retrieve data directly from Business Central into Excel. And controllers love to work in Excel. And the flexibility to do this without consultancy, that it's really hands-on from the controller itself, that they can do the work directly in Excel without the help of consultants, makes this tool the friend of the controller.
Thomas, how does Exsion work actually?
We have two ways of retrieving data. The first thing is that we can create queries with the dynamic download, and we have the possibility to retrieve data with 16 standard functions we created in Excel. I'm now going to share my screen and show you how the tool looks in practice. Exsion Reporting is in the app source, and you can easily install the software from the app source inside of Business Central. Of course, you need to have the right administrative rights in Business Central to install software, but as soon installed, you can easily search for Exsion. Then there is a 5-step you need to take to install the software on your computer. You have to download the software, the Excel add-in from our website, to have that in available in your Excel file. And to connect your Excel file directly to Business Central, you need to make a copy of the SOAP URL. And if you are going to Excel, you can see Exsion BC directly as an add-in in your Excel file. You can go to connection, and if you create a new connection, the only thing you need to do is include the SOAP URL and then press OK. And then the connection is being made with Business Central. How does the standard function work? You can go to the formulas, you can select Exsion BC standard, and then all the Exsion BC formulas that we have created are visible. For example, an account balance that returns the balance for a GL account. But we also created formulas like the ACK name that returns the name of the GL account. So if I press OK, I have to select the company. I will have to select the GL account, and then I press OK, and then the name of the GL account is directly visible inside of your Excel file. If I scroll down, you can easily see the names coming up inside of your Excel file directly from Business Central. And as said before, it can also return the balance. If I select the account balance, you can see more options. The one without the brackets are mandatory. You have to fill in to become a number. And all the other fields with the brackets are optional. And you can additionally filter. And the filtering is the same way you are used to filter inside of Business Central. And it returns the balance immediately. I can easily take this down, and all the numbers for the specific ledger accounts are visible in your Excel file. And if you want to select a specific date filter, just select the account balance that returns the balance for the GL account, select the company, select the GL account, and we're going to include the date filter. And for this, I will lock the date filter with F4 with the dollar signs, and then I can easily take this down. And then the numbers for March 23 will come up directly. And if you're surprised with this number, if you're thinking maybe this number is wrong, or you want to have a better understanding of how this number was built up, you can easily press Show Details. And what happens then, it will go directly into Business Central. It will go directly to the specific table you are searching for. In this specific case, we are searching for GL general ledger entries. And it will automatically filter on the GL account you are searching for and the date filter that you have selected in Excel. And you can see that this specific payment was causing the higher or lower amount in your Excel file. If you want to make a report that has data available for specific periods in a specific time, you can easily create a report with specific date filters for January, February, and March that are exactly the same as you can do inside of Business Central. You can easily take this down and take it to the right, and now there is a report available where you can see your data for the specific periods. And if you want to change the year, we can easily change this year to 2023, and the report automatically refreshes with the data for that specific period and specific moment.
And this filters is actually the same as in Business Central, so it is the same filter settings. You filter on the same way.
Correct. These are the standard function in Exsion Reporting, but if you want to create your own queries, we have a function that is called dynamic download. And to make a query, you simply click on dynamic download. And what you can see is that all the tables are visible on your screen. And these are the standard tables from Microsoft, but also the industry-specific tables COSMO has created for you. If I'm searching for PIB, you can see that the language fields and tables are available. And I can also change the table names to English, and you can search on any way you want. So you can search for a specific number, and then all the tables with 21 will come in, or you can search for customer, and then all the tables that has customer inside of their name will come up automatically in your search function. And then if you want to search, for example, for customer ledger entries, it's just simple double click, and then this specific table will come up into your screen. And in this table, also the standard fields are available, but also the extension fields from COSMO are also available to retrieve data from. And then it's just simple double click. So if you want to have a customer number, posting date, the document type, the document number, description, and a customer name, and an amount and a remaining amount, you can see the information coming up directly. And because you also want to see the due date, you can easily search for due, and you can include the due date. This is also the way the columns are being built. If you want to have the customer name directly to customer number, you can easily change this. Then this information will come up, and this is why we call this friend of the controller. It's really easy to create a query yourself. You are being informed which table is being used, which field are being used, which field numbers are being used, and also what kind of options can I select to filter on. So if you only want to see the payments, you can easily include the one. If you only want to see the invoices, you can easily select the two. But also the standard filtering of Business Central is possible, so you can use 1 to 2 or 1.2 if needed. And you can easily filter on a specific date if you want that. Go to the field in your Excel file where you want to export your data. You easily press refresh, press OK, and then all the data will come into your screen. And the great thing about this is that once formatted, it's forever formatted. So if you want to change the amount to a specific amount, it's easily to just change this to a specific number, and then once formatted, it's forever formatted. If I'm deleting a part of data from your Excel file, just simply press refresh and the data will come up back directly. If you want to filter in any way, you can easily choose. So for example, if you only want to filter on a customer number that starts with a 2, you can easily select 2 with an asterisk. You're familiar to filter in Business Central, press refresh, and the data with this specific filter comes up directly into your screen.
Thomas, do you need to perform any additional configurations to access new fields, for instance, a customized field?
If you want to include a new field, you can easily go back to your dynamic download, press the dynamic download button again, go to your specific table, and for example, if you want to include an extra field, you can easily include this one. Go back to your table, press refresh, and then the specific information is being included immediately.
How does it work, Thomas, with if we want to have data from multi-company? For instance, if you have 4 or 5 companies, can you get access to that also?
Yes, in this specific case, I've filtered on the company COSMO as a Exsion. But if I press the search company button, you can see all the companies that are in your environment. And in this specific case, if I just select an additional company, copy to the active cell, go back to your data field, press refresh, and you can see that the data from both companies are being included in the database. But if you are going back to your company and you will select a company you don't have access to, and you include this in your filter, and you will press the refresh button, then the access denied message will come up. And it's being shown that you don't have access to this specific company. And also the settings inside of Business Central Exsion is using the same. So if you do not have access to a specific table, so if you are a warehouse employee and you don't have access to general ledger data, you cannot see the general ledger journal entry table inside of Exsion Reporting. So if you have access in BC, you can see the tables. If you don't have access, you are not able to see those information.
Thomas, how about, for instance, I'm used to be controlling, and I wanted to see on Friday morning, I come to the office, I want to have automatic updated report. Is that possible to get it when I come to on Friday morning?
Yeah, we have a task scheduler that's called Exsion Time. And with Exsion Time, you can automatically refresh any report you've created with parameters on a specific time and with specific people that are receiving these reports. And that can be people with an Exsion license, but also without an Exsion license. And that can also be people inside of your company or even outside of your company. So if you want to make reports for your customers, you can easily create this, and then the customer does not need to have an Exsion license to receive the data. So only Exsion Time has the license on the server side, and all the people that are receiving the reports do not need a license for that. Excel, unfortunately, is limited to 1 million rows. So if you want to retrieve data with more than 1 million rows, there are several options to retrieve the data directly inside of Excel. And one of the options is to create a dynamic download that automatically pushes the data from the dynamic download into the pivot table. And the message with the company is coming up again. So I will deselect now the companies, and then you can easily use your pivot table. So for example, if you want to have a customer name, you want to have an amount and a remaining amount, and I don't want to filter on the customer numbers, and then the due dates in the columns, you can easily press refresh. Your data. Inside of Business Central. In this specific case, you can easily see the amount and the remaining amount inside of your Business Central. And if this one is exceeding the 1 million lines, that's not a problem because there's no limitation in the pivot table. And if you just select one item, you can easily press the button and you can see your information directly on the specific elements you have selected. And if you want to have more detail when you're pressing a double click, you can easily include more columns by just including more fields or more tables. And if you want to create like a join, that's also a possibility. So we can easily select like the client table. And if I double click, then automatically a join suggestion will be generated. So they will combine the customer number from the customer ledger entry with the customer number from the customer, and then you can easily include like a city, a contact, or a phone number to your data files. And then this information is also visible and available when you are retrieving your data in your pivot table and drill down. And in this specific case, the phone numbers are not created, but like the city and the contact numbers are visible. What you can see is that Exsion is a friend of the controller, and what we have created is several standard reports like a trial balance or balance sheet with KPIs you can quite easily start working on. And by just selecting the right company with the right year, you can easily press the refresh button and all the data will become directly visible inside of your Business Central. And if you are changing like the year, all information is being automatically refreshed, and you can see your data directly inside of Excel without going to Business Central. And we also have all kinds of standard reports where you can create like a balance sheet. You can create KPIs based on account numbers directly from Business Central, and it directly integrated with all this information.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. I also wanted to, as I'm working as a consultant, Exsion is a very great tool. Also, it enable transaction analysis and connect seamlessly to other tables. This makes it easy to understand what happened when issues is arised that you need to help customers for. So it's also a good tool for consultants. Okay, Thomas, let's go back to the slides. So the benefits of Exsion is actually, as you saw, Thomas, it's easy to install. It takes less than 5 minutes. It's fast way to retrieve your data, and if you have as a controller or CFO, you want to have ad hoc analysis. Why is this product not going so good, or you need to understand more? Exsion is a very good tool to use, and it's easy to create reports. It's independently, and don't need more copy and pasting from some old reports and going into BC and making a report like that. And it's rapidly, and as Thomas showed, it's when you have done the formatting, you just press refresh and it's easy. And you working with the tool Excel, that's mostly everyone knows how to work with Excel, and it's easy to get out the data, and you can get operated into these details that you're looking for. Okay, Thomas.
So I already showed in the beginning of this webinar, you can easily download Exsion directly from the Microsoft App Stores. If you want to have any help with the installation, you can see our installation video on our YouTube channel of Exsion365, and also some training materials is there. If you would like to have a demonstration from Anders or me, you can easily contact COSMO or Exsion365, and we can give you a 45-minute demo of the Exsion tool itself. And if you want to have a free trial, you can easily click on the free trial in the software itself and activate it directly. And if you are using another Excel-based software tool already yourself now, and you want to migrate to Exsion Reporting, please contact us for a special offer. And that special offer includes a free conversion of one report that we can show that Excel report is much faster and flexible in Exsion Reporting than your other tool you're using.
Thank you, Thomas. And we will be here after this webinar, listen to you. If you have some questions, please feel free to ask them, and we will try to answer them as fast as we can.
Okay. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders.